Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's SONICLOPSIDED, and I am back today with the third episode in the Blast from the Past Halo Retrospective series here on my YouTube channel. So, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about what this gameplay is. So, what you're seeing here is a Team Snipers game that I played with this guy, 9-pound baby Jesus, on Guardian. And a little bit of backstory with this. We started up this game. He is a random. I just went in by myself into snipers. We actually lost our teammate, so it was a 3-on-3 originally, but then it ended up being a 2v3. And I thought we were walking into a slaughter because admittedly he is not that good, but he does do enough to get the team by. As far as not dying a lot. But this game, I'll go ahead and let you know now, does go to time because it's so small. And we're down. So obviously I'm playing a little bit more defensively rather than just going all out, rushing the crap out of him and just trying to kill him. I'm playing a little bit more reserved and just to where I can ensure that we are going to win this game. And I do invite you guys to stick around to the end of this episode because you'll be pretty surprised with about the last minute and a half of gameplay. It's going to be a game changer, so it's going to be really cool. So I do advise you to watch the entire video so you can get the context of what's going on. Now, I will tell you guys, I fashioned myself a bit of a sniper back in Halo 3. I did use it a ton, and I tried to get myself to the point where I was really good with it, that I was able to hold my own against a bunch of people using BRs and stuff like that. It's one of those guns that I really wanted to make sure that I was good with because not a lot of people are good with the sniper, but everybody was always trying to be good with the BRs, so I always made it a point to be good with the snipers and the dual wielding weapons. So here you see me take this guy a little bit cheekily. I just crouch right up beside him and snipe him right in the face there. I am using an elite class, but I don't really remember the reasoning behind me going into snipers by myself, whereas I can really remember, why my motivation was to go into all these other games. But I do actually remember playing this game, and I remember I was freaking out when I was playing it because I couldn't imagine like that I just, played probably one of the better sniper games of my life on Halo 3. And it was just crazy. But I want to tell you guys that this is one of those gameplays, one of those situations where you're down but you're not out, and you might be outnumbered but you're not necessarily outmanned or outgunned. If you're playing smart, you're playing hard, and you're playing to win, more than likely you can at least close the gap between the kills that you're really down. This game actually, it looks like it's impossible for us to come back. You do see me get quite a few of these one-shot beatdown kills. I do that a lot in this game. I do it a lot in general when I'm playing Halo 3, even now in the Master Chief Collection. But I want to go ahead and tell you guys that these people we're playing against aren't joking around. They know what they're doing. They know how to play snipers. You can tell because they know where to bounce bullets off of surfaces to try and kill people that they can't normally see. You will see that later on in the gameplay. That actually does happen a few times, so you will be able to actually check that out, what I'm talking about. But you just gotta be able to play against guys. You have to be able to read the enemy team that you're playing against. You gotta be able to adapt your game style, because not necessarily one game style isn't going to always work for every game. So there are some times where you have to go all out, try your hardest, use your corners, and just basically try to predict where your team is going to be. Then there's the other times where you're going to have to play a little bit more reserved, a little bit more defensively, so that you don't give us up as many kills. And being outnumbered, especially in a sniper's game, is not your best thing to be doing, because you have more people than are you. More than likely, if it's 3-on-2 especially, 3 people more than likely are always going to be looking at you. So you're not going to be able to get those one-on-one situations like you would love to come out on top of that. That's not going to happen for you. Now you do see here about the 21 kill mark or something like that. That's where the other team really starts to pull away. You can tell right now we were actually up a few kills, and I was getting excited there because I thought we were going to be able to to just keep the deficit going. But through a bunch of stupid deaths from me, like the one you saw there, and then my other teammate dying a little bit more than he probably should, it just led to us they just started piling the kills on us, and I was getting really frustrated and really sad, really scared that we were going to lose this game, because I always like to overcome the obstacles. So if I'm in a game where I'm losing, or a game where I'm down a man or down two men, I like to give the other team hell and just really try and win. But you know, when you're playing with a random guy, especially one that didn't have a microphone, this guy I remember wasn't talking, and that was another thing that frustrated me. I always hated when people went into matchmaking and they didn't have their microphone in, or they were in party chat. I actually believe this might have been a gameplay from before party chat was a thing. So that would leave him no excuse to not have a headset in. If you're going to play with people online, you really need to be talking strategy most of the time. So a headset is essential. And with the premium edition, I don't know, or the platinum edition, I believe it was called in the 360. If you bought that edition, which came with the hard drive, which most people did, it came with a headset for you to use. So there's not really any excuse unless you broke it or something like that. But still. That's just my thinking on the subject. I like to always be talking about the gameplay while I'm playing. That ensures that I'm probably always going to be able to win that game, or at least give the other team a pretty good fight. But I wasn't actually able to talk strategy with my teammate, which really hurt me in a way. But that's just another thing, guys. You really just need to know, you need to be able to predict the other team, be able to play them quite well. You have to know what their strengths are, what their weaknesses are. And these guys, I noticed their strengths were actually aiming down the sights. They weren't as good up close, whereas I kind of excel up close. I'm actually able to get those one-shot beatdowns quite a lot more than they are. But the guys that I'm playing against were more, they kept their distance a little more. They did a little bit more scoping in and stuff like that. And you saw that guy there teabagging me, thinking, you know, putting the insult on me, thinking that doing that teabagging and stuff like that and joking around is going to break the spirits of the other team. And normally that would, but to me, not so much. I'll still give it my 100% all the way through the game, regardless. So you see here, we're starting to go down quite a bit. We're down 13 kills right now, and that really sets the tone for the rest of the game. We're down a lot. Down a lot more than I thought we could ever come back from. But I just I don't know. Like I said, you just never give up. You never stop playing. You always try your hardest. A lot of people will play games and they'll quit out, and I quit out a little bit as myself as well. Whenever you're just getting it piled on you, your teammates are garbage, or you're in a hurry, you're just trying to get a few games in, you want to play. If you're getting destroyed, you don't want to waste your time just getting destroyed. You want to try and get that opportunity to win that next game that you go into. And I do that sometimes, not often though. I did really stop that after Halo Reach. I really tried when they started introducing penalties. That's when I started just, you know, playing through all games no matter what. Now, given that I do still quit out of a couple, but 9 times out of 10, I'll stick in the game. You see me here lose this stupid death. I stopped moving, and I probably shouldn't. Whenever you get a slow strafe, you really need to jump in order to keep the flow of the game going there, so that they don't have a chance to line up a shot with you head length, and you end up dying. So as you see here, we are down 12 kills at this point, and I think at a point in this gameplay coming up pretty soon, the aspect changes on the theater mode. So you start seeing somebody else's kills, and you start seeing their perspective. That's why it goes in third person. And I actually fumbled and started reversing the clip because I was pressing left and right. Left and right on the D-pad, where you're supposed to press up and down to switch people. But something must have happened in the game that caused me maybe to go to blue screen or something like that, because it actually throws me out of my perspective. The theater mode does that on its own, and I can't change it for a few seconds. So maybe I was either in the start menu, or maybe I was blue screened or something like that. You see me dying here idiotically. I jump off the edge and take that death myself. So that was where I was kicking myself. Here it is. I started actually reversing the clip here. I didn't mean to do that, but I do figure out that I'm doing the wrong thing. I was like, why can't I switch off of the red team, and why am I always on the same elite? But then I actually do figure it out. Luckily, it didn't go back too far, just a few seconds to that kill where I jumped off the edge there. But I do get back on myself, and I'm able to switch back pretty quickly after I do this, and it switches up my aspect ratio. So I jump, or my aspect ratio, my aspect of the game. So I switch it back, and I figure out where in the heck I am, and I get myself back centered, back onto my perspective, and you get to see really where I start turning up the gameplay here. I start piling on the kills. No joke, guys. This is probably the best performance sniper-wise that I had on Halo 3. Even today, it might be one of the best performances that I've had in my entire Halo career. Because I just start, I don't know, I get in a groove, and I really start putting it on him. This is actually the last time that I die, I'm pretty sure. And from this time in the game right now to the end, I think I go on a killing frenzy is how I remember this. So you guys are about to see something that's pretty special, and I don't mean to brag on myself, but I'm very proud of this gameplay. And it's probably one of my favorite that I have saved on Halo 3. So I do talk highly of it because it is quite awesome. So you see me here. These guys are putting bullets off the ground. You see, they know what they're doing. They can hit people usually. You know, see how the bullets are coming at me there? They're hitting those off the ground from the top yellow where they're standing. So they know what they're doing. They're not noob players by any means. They know how to kill me. I'm just lucky enough to be a little bit further back. So you see here, I'm putting on the kills. There's a double kill, and I'm getting some good headshots. And these guys are just, they're I don't know. If I was in this position with 40 seconds to go, I probably would have just stayed back and like hang back and play a little bit more defensive, because I know I'm going to win. You know, I don't have any need to run out there and attack the enemy team, because I know I'm going to win. There's no way that somebody should be able to come back from 13 kills at 46 and win. But we're in the last 30 seconds here. You see I start putting on the kills again. There for a second I was kind of slowing down, but I don't slow down. I just keep going. And here in a second, I start... it looks like I'm against the odds here. It looks like I'm about to get killed. There's 3 of them. All 3 of them are running at me. But I keep my cool, just start my shots, keep them going good, and I'm actually able to pull off all 3 of those kills there, and I go on that killing frenzy. Here's where I tie it up, guys. 3 seconds left. I get the headshot, take it down. That's it for me, guys. Thank you for stopping by in this episode of Halo 3 Retrospective, Blast from the Past. This is Sonic Lopsided, and take care.